All right, everybody. We are live here on YouTube or StreamYard if you are watching us through there. I think everybody's watching us. If anybody is watching us or watching us through YouTube. This
Exactly.
is when Toons combine. This is episode 8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
Episode 8, of course. I am Doug, aka Dutchy. If you're reading the bottom of my screen, aka El Baldo. Uh and of course, joining me as always, Eric Money E.
What's up?
My favorite nickname for him is Pain in My Ass. Uh
No, we should
but
put that out there. Oh, what
the
did I
hell?
do? I didn't mean to do that.
All right, fix it.
Uh, there we go.
Moron. This is why you're a pain in my ass.
I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
There we go.
See, now it's definitely official that we're live with StreamYard because StreamYard's all over the freaking thing now. All right. This is episode 8 of When Toons Combine. And on this episode, the crossover today is Scooby-Doo and what Codename Kids Next Door. Two cartoons, one of course is still Scooby-Doo generational because they're always coming out with new, like, it seems like every couple of years they come up with a new version of Scooby-Doo.
Same characters still.
Same characters, still wear the same clothes. I swear, like, I don't think they've I think I've seen Shaggy change shirts once.
It's one of those cartoons where they don't need to change anything because it's so static. It's so classic.
Yeah.
So when did it start? In the 80s?
No, I believe it started in the 70s.
Oh wow! So yeah.
But
So
they've had like so many. They've had so many shows. So it was Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Then the new Scooby-Doo or something like that, and then the Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo was a thing.
oh wow.
Pup named Scooby-Doo, obviously, and then in the late 90s and early 2000s, they had that revamp where they came out with all the new movies.
Yeah,
The new animated movies.
I remember that.
So yeah, there was like I want to say there was like 5 or 6 of them that came out. I had a couple of them on VHS. I had Zombie Island and Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, and then the Cyber Chase they actually made into a video game.
Oh wow. Yes.
So, and then of course, Codename Kids Next Door. They had a pretty good run on Cartoon Network. They were, I think, they were, one of the last ones to really come because they were part of that era that had like Ed, Ed and Eddie, Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, and Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, a lot of those original shows, and then of course there's other ones that I know I'm forgetting. They're all going to be part of crossovers, I think, at some point anyway.
Yeah, Powerpuff and Ed and Eddie
Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Ed and Eddie's going to be next week. It was going to be today because we didn't think you were going to be on, and then and Dango was going to join me, but then when we found out that you were going to be on, he's like, "What do you think? Do I still need to be on?" I mean, he might pop in because he did watch Codename Kids Next Door because that was part of his childhood.
Yep.
But yeah, so he'll help me out because I'm pretty sure you're taking a week off next week, right?
Yeah, I might be on Friday if they come into town, but If not, then I'll probably be.
Yeah. So you guys aren't going to Harrisburg next week?
We're not sure yet. We're still waiting to see what we're doing.
But yeah. So that's what we got. We're gonna start it in just a second here. All right. Let's get moving here. Now this one was done in bright orange pen, but I can actually still read it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start doing this a little earlier once it gets dark. Now because of the video and
yeah,
the light. Unless we turn off our cameras.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably going to be that way with the wrestling show too.
Yeah.
The wrestling show will be fine because like we'll have the light on and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cartoon show we're gonna have to probably because technically this should be like a Saturday morning show anyway.
But I work on Saturdays.
Yeah.
No.
I said technically it should be, but because you work on Saturdays, it's not.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go with the Scooby-Doo and Codename Kids Next Door crossover.
Ooh.
The Kids Next Door, which is a secret organization, are just sitting around when number 2 runs in and says that his Aunt Velma and her Mystery Inc. friends are coming to town for a visit.
Ooh.
Number 3 says, this is great because they're working on a case that because we're working on a case that we could use some help with. Number 2 then says when they get to town, we'll introduce the KND, the Kids Next Door, to Mystery Inc. Back at number 2's house, he introduces his friends to his Aunt Velma and the rest of Mystery Inc. Number 1 says, excuse me, Mystery Inc., we could use your help with the case. And Fred goes, what is the case there, number 1? I forgot to write down their names, so I'm just going by their code names.
Is that their code names, or do they actually have?
They're actually the Kids Next Door actually have numbers as their code names.
That's why I thought you were.
Number 1 says 4 of their agents have gone missing trying to locate number 3's sister's teddy bear.
Yeah.
Fred's like, don't worry, we'll help them locate the agents and the teddy bear. Fred's like, which agents went missing? And number 1 says numbers 83, 84, 86, and 101. I really feel like Codename Kids Next Door is just kind of almost like a ripoff of remember Get Smart? Did you ever see the movie? With Steve Carell and The Rock. It was an old TV show too, but
it sounds familiar.
But
I probably
a lot of the agents were they were named numbers. Like Anne Hathaway was number 99. The Rock was number 23.
Number 23?
Yeah.
And what was Steve Carell?
He ended up becoming number 86. He was just a probationary agent for a while, so he got to keep his name. And then and then they told him
he had to be 86.
Yeah. So, all right. After they get after number 1 tells him which agents went missing, Shaggy says it's weird. You know, man, it's weird that it's weird to have numbers as names. Velma said, Shaggy, they're just code names, and he's one to talk. Your name is Shaggy. My fucking phone keeps. What the hell?
Yeah, your phone keeps going off.
Yeah. Oh, it's votes for our WCW countdown.
Okay.
an old friend. Actually, I don't even know if. Yeah, an old friend of ours, an old friend of the wrestling show, is giving me his votes.
Oh, Kenny?
Huh?
Kenny?
No.
Oh,
Horowitz.
okay.
He's the only wrestler that I've mentioned or that I've messaged that's actually helping.
Oh, how about Rod?
He hasn't responded. He might have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
All right, number 5 teams up with Scooby and Shaggy. They ask around about the missing K&D. Number 5 doesn't want to, but she takes Scooby and Shaggy to see her sister Cree, who, for anybody watching the show, Cree is actually one of their villains.
Wow.
Used to be part of the KND, but when they become teenagers, they become pricks.
Most teenagers are.
Yeah. It's very
We were.
It's very well, yeah, definitely. It's very this show is very stereotypical.
I can tell.
But I mean, it's a good show though. I enjoyed it the few episodes I've watched.
I was watching a few minutes of it before.
Yeah. All right, so Scooby starts sniffing around. Are
they surprised that a dog talks?
What, in Scooby-Doo?
No, the code name, the Code Kids.
No. All right, Scooby starts sniffing around Cree's room, but can't find anything. Cree tells her sister and Shaggy that I had nothing to do with the kidnapped agents, but I do know where or what happened to the teddy bear, but I'm not telling anybody. Number 5 gets frustrated with her sister, but Shaggy's just like, come on, number 5. We'll take a step back and try another approach later. Fred teams up with numbers 1 and 4, and they go visit Chad Dixon. Chad Dixon is the one of the lead bad guys of obviously one of their main enemies. He goes, I made the call to kidnap the K&D agents, but he doesn't know who took the teddy bear, but he knows Cree does. When number 1 asks who took the K&D agents, Chaz says he ain't telling. So number 1 kicks him in the shin. And number 4 pokes him in the eye. Fred gets number 1 and 4 out of Chad's house and says he has a plan. So you know that it's not going to work if Fred has a plan. I swear, like 30 years I've been watching Scooby-Doo stuff. Probably almost 40 because I'm 38. So almost 40 years I've been watching the show because I'm sure I've been watching it since I was younger. Or since I was really little, since I was a baby. And I've never seen Fred have a plan that worked. But we'll see.
Who does Fred remind you of? Oh, we have a guest. Oh, it's Daniel.
Oh.
Daniel, why don't you come up and say hi?
But so when I do it as when Toons, so when I comment as when Toons combine, it also comes up as the podcast.
Yeah, we're live in Facebook group, in the Facebook page, everything.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. All right.
There he is. Hi, Dan.
All right. Good
I
to
like
see
the
you.
jersey.
Thanks for the cameo.
You didn't hear me.
Yeah. Daphne and number 3 go to visit the father. The father is the leader of all the codename or of all the codename Kids Next Door villains.
How many code kids are there?
A lot.
Okay, I was gonna ask of our group of friends which one is each, but there's too many. So
yeah. He runs away as soon as he sees number 3 and Daphne. They chase after him. Or wait, which one? Which one did I say was number? Oh, yeah. I don't know why I have him team. Oh yeah, that's right. Number 2 is Velma's is Velma's nephew. I get so confused. All right. They chase after him, and Scooby is walking down the street and sees somebody running from Daphne, so he gives chase as well. Scooby is able to corner him, but Cree blows a dog whistle and helps the father escape. Cree being the sister of number 5, the bad sister. I don't want to use curse words because this is a cartoon show, this family show. Well,
we try not to.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to be careful. Family show.
Yeah, that's kind of hard between the two of us.
Oh, it's really difficult. All right. Velma and number 2 visit Mr. Boss, another villain. Mr. Boss then sets up a trap, and the delightful children from down under kidnap Velma and number 2 and tie them up. They are then taken to a warehouse where they see numbers 83, 84, 86, and 101 also tied up. So that's not good for them.
Nope.
The rest of the K&D and Mystery Inc. meet up back at K&D headquarters. They wonder where Velma and number 2 are. Daphne calls Velma's cell phone, but no answer. Number 1 wonders if the Delightfuls got them. I wonder if the Delightfuls kidnapped them. I don't know why I just made number 1 sound like Dusty Rhodes. All right. Fred sets up a plan to catch the Delightfuls, but also wants to catch Chad. Number 5 wants to get her sister to talk as well. Fred and numbers 1 and 4 decide to try and capture the Delightfuls. Scooby, Shaggy, and number 5 hatch a plan to get Cree to talk. Scooby and Shaggy dress up as an old couple and say they're Chad's grandparents.
Huh. Nice try.
They start asking questions, and as Cree starts to talk, David and Constance of the Delightfuls come in and reveal who Scooby and Shaggy are. Scooby, Shaggy, and number 5 run outside as David, Constance, and Cree chase them. Fred and number 1 set up a trap and capture Cree, Constance, and David. As they take them back to K&D headquarters, they notice Daphne and number 3 are gone, and number 4 is tied up. Just when you think you got a heads up on them, this happens.
Yep. It's pretty good so far, though.
Thank you. Yeah, it's always good when you can involve a dog dressed in drag. A note is left saying, "We have what you want. You have what we want. Let's trade." Fred and number 1 agree to take Cree, David, and Constance to the father's headquarters. Father tries to set a trap, but Scooby sniffs it out. He's like, "Rah, rah, rockin' and rippin'," or however dogs talk. When they decide to talk. Numbers 1, 4, and 5 find number 3's sister's teddy bear and retrieve it. Kree and 5 square off with Lenny of the Delightfuls trying to help Kree, but Shaggy distracts him. Fred is able to free the kidnapped agents and Velma and Daphne. The father tries to escape, but Scooby tackles him. He's like, "Hi, Richie Row." Woof. Chad distracts them to try to let the father escape, but other K&D agents show up and take Chad away. Number 3 returns her sister's doll to her, and as number 2 thanks his Aunt Velma for helping out. So that concludes that crossover. Now you definitely add more to it, I'm sure. But to try to make it a little longer. But what'd you think?
I liked it. I think it was probably one of your better ones.
Yeah, this one is funny because like I feel like that this one could, because they're owned by the same, like distributors.
Yeah,
Like they're part of like that Warner Brothers Discovery, conglomeration.
Oh yeah, the Warner Brothers and Time Warner and all that.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
Like because they're owned by that whole conglomeration. This is one of those that you could end up seeing come to pass.
I think it could be a movie.
Yeah. Well, because Scooby's already done they did a movie with Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog, so they could probably do like this could probably be turned into a movie too.
Yeah. I think it could be one in the movies that out of the 8, I think this could be a movie. Then we talked about what, 1 or 2 others that could be a movie?
Yeah, we mentioned a few of them that could possibly get turned into a movie. I think we even said the Smurfs and Gummy Bears, the one last week, could probably be turned into that could end up being a movie too.
Yeah. If I give it a rating, since I'm going to start giving ratings, I'll give this an 8.5.
Aw.
I think I did 8.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So this is one that I could definitely see. Like even not even them taking my idea, but I could see Scooby-Doo and the K&D kind of working together at some point.
I could see like a 5-episode series, small series.
Yeah.
5 to 8 episodes.
Yeah. So like they could do a series, they could do a movie, but yeah, I think that this is one that could definitely happen. I mean, I don't know if they do it the way I wrote it, but
yeah, I liked it. Even though I don't think I watched Codename besides the few minutes I did today, but
yeah,
I think it could really work because Scooby-Doo I think could work with any cartoon. Just one of those cartoons that could work with a lot of cartoons.
Yeah,
because of the characters.
Yeah,
and the name itself.
Yeah, and like, well, because they can do, like, they could be part of so many, like, even in the comic books, like, I mean, they've done so many, like, they did a crossover in comics with Batman.
Yeah, wow. Spider-Man could work too.
Yeah, like they can do all that. Like they're just like probably one of the easiest cartoons to collaborate with.
Exactly, because it's so popular.
I almost thought about including them in the crossover that I'm working on with the Ninja Turtles and the Flintstones, but I've got so much already that's like being added into it.
I do have an idea for a three show episode, a 3 show
crossover.
Yeah.
All right, lay it on me.
Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, and Jetsons.
You know, that seems like one of those that should work because they were all part of that, Hanna-Barbera family. Obviously, Hanna-Barbera absolved by Warner Brothers Discovery and all that. It could definitely work. It could definitely be made into something. I could definitely work on that. I mean, I got so many more I got to work on before that, but
yeah, it's 3 classics, 3 shows that everybody knows that growing up, especially our age.
Yeah,
and the generation before us. So maybe not so much Gen Zers, but at least our generation, Gen X.
Yeah, because I mean, for the longest time, they were part of Saturday morning cartoon lineups, even though like the Flintstones and the Jetsons aren't even necessarily like popular anymore.
Yeah.
But even now, because they made a HBO or Max made a made a new version of the Flintstones, which is about Pebbles and Bam Bam. So it's a new version of the cartoon. Came out a couple of years ago.
It didn't work.
I mean, no, I liked a couple of the episodes. Like it's an updated version. But yeah, no, I mean that could definitely be one to work on. I'm trying my ass off. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to finish up episode number 11. Try to finish writing it because we've already done episode 8.
Yeah,
and now I've got 2 more episodes. We've only got 2 more episodes to do before we get to this episode 11. And then
I mean, we could skip a couple weeks and do something else, and while you write more.
I mean, I've almost got this done. I'm working on the battle scene now.
Yep.
It just it gets hard when you're when this is the one I finally decided to put a lot of work into.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually writing the dialogue and all that.
Oh wow.
Which is a pain. So I don't know if I'm going to do that from now on with the other ones, but because it is
a big episode where we can hopefully get other people to come on.
We'll see.
That way we can get more takes besides mine and yours. I mean, your take is
mine doesn't count.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I know. All right, so next week is going to be Ed, and Eddie and the Powerpuff Girls. Daniel should be joining me for that.
I might hop on if I'm home or if I'm not. Yeah.
So, all right, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, make sure to check out tomorrow the Bro Down with Bobo and Daniel, and also tomorrow the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy. Check us out. Friday night for Wrestling Through the Years. We're still not sure exactly what we're doing yet. It depends on whether the diva over here is able to do the show or not.
To be announced.
Yeah. Actually, it's not even up to you. It's whether or not your sister-in-law wants to spend time with her in-laws.
No, that's not true.
Well, technically it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. First of all, no person ever wants to spend any time with any of their in-laws. So it's very common. So there's nothing wrong with that. We probably have a whole fan base that sits in their basement every time their in-laws come over. And then get caught in awkward positions when somebody comes downstairs to get something out of the downstairs refrigerator. Not that that's ever happened to me. It might have happened to my dad once, but all right. Since this now is before this cartoon really goes rated, before this podcast really goes rated R, we'll see everybody next week for on the next episode of When Toons Combine for Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I'm Doug. That's Eric or Dutchie and Money E, however the hell you want to put it.
Yep.
And
you guys watching the fight?
No.
It's not a great card anyway. There's only
one. It's kind of why we're not watching it.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't even bother even asking.
Yeah.
If I could come over or whatever.
I would have told you no.
That's why I didn't ask again after I asked you on Thursday.
Yeah.
I said, maybe I don't want to come over either because I kind of just want to stay home today.
Yeah.
No offense.
That's fine. If you decide you don't want to come over, then I don't have to be a dick and tell you no. All right. We'll see everybody next week.
Later, guys. Bye, Doug.
Later.